Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse 2-pack of Flashpoint Batman and Professor Zoom. This is courtesy of McFarlane Toys. They shipped out a surprise box that I got on Sunday. They had some goodies in it, and this 2-pack was included. Now, my understanding is this 2-pack has not yet released, and you can pre-order it at Amazon. I think Entertainment Earth, but Big Bad Toy Store as well. So I have links in the video description below if you're looking to pick up this awesome 2-pack. So very excited because I had the original Flashpoint Batman figure way back in the day. I also had the Target exclusive version that had the unmasked Thomas Wayne head sculpt, which we do have here. That one, unfortunately, came with the sword, but didn't have the guns. The first one did. And those shot up in value. Well, the regular initial release did shoot up in value. And then, because WB was like, DC figures, you can't put guns or anything in there. Finally, that has lifted. We do have guns, which is awesome. So we got the Flashpoint Batman there. He's got the holsters. He's actually got guns to go into those holsters. So we have that there. And then Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom with an unmasked head sculpt, which looks really good as well. Looking at the back of the package, you see the artwork of Thomas Wayne, Batman, and Professor Zoom, Reverse Flash. So now let's go ahead and get this thing open. And let's take a look at these two awesome looking figures. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Help me reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're just a little over 300 away, and the timing is coming a little close. So if you're new here to the channel, welcome. I do action figure reviews all the time. So please make sure to hit that subscribe button now. Okay, so here we have the Flashpoint Thomas Wayne Batman figure and the Professor Zoom or Eobard Thawne Reverse Flash figures out of the package. And they're pretty good. The Flashpoint Batman is basically going to be the same Batman that you had seen before if you have one of those previous ones. But this is a new head sculpt. He has kind of his gritted teeth going on here. The original release Flashpoint Batman just had more of a stoic, straight face. His mouth was closed there. The unmasked Thomas Wayne head sculpt seems to be the same, except I think they added a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow on the face, and that actually looks pretty good. If we can get that to focus. Yeah, that looks really good. And then with the Reverse Flash, we've seen the Reverse Flash figure released before. We have the head sculpt, the mass head sculpt there. We have that, but we get the Screaming Eobard Thawne head sculpt on there, and that is pretty cool. A couple of accessories. We get this sword here, which is painted nicely, nice silver for the blade. We get some gold and red on the hilt. That looks pretty good. I don't know exactly what this is. It's been a number of years since I watched the Flashpoint movie. I didn't read the comic, but the animated Flashpoint movie I did see, and I really did enjoy it. So I'm sure this is from that comic run, potentially, perhaps. No, he wouldn't have been. I'm not sure, so I'm not sure exactly what this is, but it's painted nicely. Silver gunmetal color there for the handle, and then nice gold paint on there for like the lightning bolt pieces there. The other thing, the accessory, was the tombstone that says, "Here lies Bruce Wayne." So if you're not familiar with the Flashpoint storyline, basically, instead of Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne being killed, Bruce Wayne is killed as a child, so Thomas Wayne then becomes Batman, and Martha Wayne essentially becomes the Joker. I don't know if, like in the animated movie, it just shows her like laughing, crazy with blood, making a smile on her face, which was pretty crazy when Bruce Wayne died. Looking at this base piece that we got, I like that it's a smaller base. You can see it's fairly flat, which is good. The one that came with like the Armored Batman and Nightmare Batman 2-pack was kind of like rocky and it was kind of thick. I like this flat base, and it's pretty cool. You could just see kind of like this brick, and I'm not sure exactly what these are supposed to be there, but this is, I would say, going to be like a grave site, probably at Wayne Manor, I would imagine, somewhere in the backyard or in the plot, the land somewhere. And then you get the tombstone piece, and then you could just, I put it in there. I don't know if you could take it out. Oh, it's stuck in there pretty good. I'm sure you could remove it if you wanted to, but that is a nice touch there. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at a Batman, and then we will take a closer look at Reverse Flash. Okay, so here we have Thomas Wayne Batman figure, and that looks really good. Again, kind of gritted teeth, angry look to him, red eyes. That is quite nice. The Thomas Wayne, let me pop this head off. You can see there, we actually get like the cowl down neck piece on there, which is really cool. So you could just put that over, and then you could pop this head sculpt on there, and you got Thomas Wayne, and this is how it comes out of the package, and that looks really good. The cape is pretty crazy. You kind of get these curved in points there. I like the logo over the kind of red background there. Oh, I forgot to mention these accessories. He's got the 2 Desert Eagles. These are Desert Eagles, right? Or are they Glocks? Desert Eagle? Glock? I don't know. We get two of them, and then you can holster them on the side, which is good there. So it's nice to see that, you know, we're getting guns again when it comes to the DC characters. So WB must have realized, like, hey, they're toys, they're action figure representations from the comics and or movies. Like, they should have the accurate weapons and things going on there. Looking at the rest of the suit, it's just a gray suit, the red straps and things like that, and the belt, black knee pads, black boots going on there. And we got some crazy ankles here. This is early McFarlane toys. So Flashpoint Batman came out very early on in McFarlane Toys DC run. So I want to say it was first year type stuff. So, like, the legs are a little bit thin. The diaper piece is hard plastic versus, like, a softer plastic that they do now. And then look at the ankles now versus, you know, how they did the ankles back then. Those ball joints were very noticeable back then. So, pretty crazy kind of how that worked out there. We get the black, you know, plastic, hard plastic, rubberish cape. Cloth cape would have been amazing, but I don't know how they would be able to do these little curve things going on in there. But could have been pretty cool. Looking at Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash, or Professor Zoom, as sometimes he just has that different alias. We get this unmasked head sculpt. As far as I know, this is brand new. It hasn't been seen anywhere else. And it's sculpted nicely. It's painted nicely as well. You actually get a little bit of redness around his eyes, which is cool. And then the teeth and tongue and inside of his mouth, painted nicely. Hair looks really good with the gray and the white kind of in there. Again, really nice. You get the cowl down attachment there. We could swap out the head, pop that off, take that cowl down portion on there, and we can get the Reverse Flash head sculpt popped on there. And then you have the full-on masked look there. I really like the unmasked head sculpt. I think it looks really good. This is a little goofy looking, in my opinion. It does look a little bit small compared to, like, the unmasked head sculpt, as you can see there. But it looks pretty good. Paint-wise, you know, we're not looking too bad. You know, just the red lightning bolts around the waist, around his arms, and then we have the boots going on there. And then the rest of the body is just yellow, so nothing too crazy. Again, here's that accessory piece there. And there we go. So let's go ahead and now zoom out for the articulation. Okay, so looking at the articulation, we'll take a look at Batman's articulation first. He can only look up so much, as you can see there, but he can look down a fair amount, which is good. There you get a full rotation in that head sculpt, and you do get some good pivot. Probably a little too much pivot going on in there, which is good. The shoulders, it's going to be hard to get that arm to kind of come out. It kind of pushes the cape out a little bit. I guess it wasn't as difficult there, but you can get that to go out, and surprisingly, the cape doesn't, you know, just stop it so much. You can't do a full rotation because the cape will get in the way. Of course, you have that faux butterfly joint in there. I call it a faux butterfly joint because it doesn't really act like a full butterfly joint. It's just, you know, the ball peg's in there, and then that fills in the gap. So with the big gap, you can move that arm back and forth. So it kind of acts like a butterfly joint, but not a lot. You can't do any crossbody, and the arm only goes back so far. You have an upper bicep swivel in there. It's difficult to work that independently of the shoulder ball, by the way, but you do have that in there. I got it to move a little bit. We get a double jointed elbow. McFarlane Toys does still use pins, but you can get that much bend there at the elbow, which is good. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. Ball joint hinge, so you could swivel it around and hinge it whichever way you need it. You're going to need it to go. We got the diaphragm cut on Thomas Wayne Batman, so he could tilt to his left that much there. We could tilt to his right that much there. Going back along with the waist, you can go that far back there, but the cape is going to be a problem for sure. Coming forward is basically nothing, very, very little in there. You get a swivel at that diaphragm cut, and there is no swivel. There is a little bit of swivel at the waist, so just a heads up on there. And then the legs go out that far apart. Let's see. Is that in the way? Legs only go out that far apart. It's funny, the right leg seems to go out more than the left. He can kick forward very little because the diaper piece, again, is a hard plastic piece, so there's not really any give. So you can't... Whoops. So I popped that out. Probably shouldn't be popping that out, but, you know, I tried to force it a little bit. Let's see if I can pop that on there easily. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. See if I can pop that back in. That was actually super easy to pop right back in. Like, I could just take that off, and then as long as this hip piece is lined up right, which it's not, I kind of moved it. Well, see, now I get in a whole other issue here. Let me try and position this piece back to where I would need it to be. Okay, there we go. And then just slides right in and clips right in. So you can get it back in there. But again, the point is limited articulation on that leg. Doesn't really go back. You got a double jointed knee. Gives you that much bend there at the knee. Oops, pop that leg right back out again. So no calf swivel, but the ankle does swivel. It hinges down actually quite a bit. You get some hinge up, and then you got toe articulation in there, and you got ankle pivot peg holes at the bottom of the feet. There are some pegs on this base, so you can get him to stand up there. One of the, I think, big criticisms of McFarlane toys, and I've always felt this way, the legs are just always so long that it's just kind of weird. Like human anatomy, I don't think legs are this long. And they've always done it that way. So it seems to be a little bit more noticeable now because his legs seem to be pretty thin for his kind of build. And then when you have like Reverse Flash where his legs look a little thick for his build. So it's just kind of funky kind of going on there. But as we switch over to Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom in his articulation, he can't really look up because the hair is going to stop him from being able to move his head up. But down, he can look down a little bit, get rotation in there, and you do get some pivot, which is great. The shoulder, you can get to go out that much there. You can do a full rotation, and then again, we have kind of that faux butterfly joint, which allows loose movement. You can move kind of around. Doesn't get any crossbody. Doesn't really go back. Just a heads up there. You have an upper bicep swivel in there. It's, again, hard to move that independently of the shoulder, but you can do it. You just got to work with it a little bit. You get a double jointed elbow. Gives you that much bend at the elbow there. Wrists swivel, and they do hinge. You have a ball joint type hinge on there, so you can hinge it around whichever way you need to be able to get it. Ball joint waist and diaphragm cut on Reverse Flash gets you to tilt to his left that much there. Gets you to tilt to his right that much there. Leaning back that much there, and then coming forward is like very, very little, like almost nothing. You get a swivel at the diaphragm, and then you could also do a swivel at the waist. So we got both of those points of movement, which is unnecessary, a little redundant. The legs go out that far apart, so we have the softer diaper piece, so he can get his legs into the full splits, which is good, which also means that he can kick forward a little bit there, and you can go back a little bit there. There is also a little bit of turn in this thigh, whereas Flashpoint Batman, you really can't turn that thigh at all. I forgot to mention that. So, but you can get some turn in there for Reverse Flash. Double jointed knee gives you that much bend at the knee. Let's see, is there a boot swivel? No boot swivel, but you have an ankle swivel. You can hinge the foot down really far. You can hinge up a little bit. You have ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet, and then you also have toe articulation there. So that is the articulation for Reverse Flash and Flashpoint Batman. There. I can't get them to stand because I was not prepared to get them to just stand on one take. But there we go. I got it. Alright, so you guys let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited for this 2-pack? Again, if you didn't get the Flashpoint Batman way back when, a few years ago, this is the time to get it. If you don't have a Reverse Flash, then it's perfect. You get the 2-pack. And this Flashpoint Batman comes with what you need. You get the Thomas Wayne head sculpt. You also get a kind of an angry face. The other one was good, though. This is kind of the stoic look. You get the cool base that has the Bruce Wayne headstone there. But the Eobard Thawne head sculpt is really, really good. One of, I think, I would say, McFarlane's best comic human faces. Like, it looks really good. But you guys give me your thoughts down in the comments below. Again, if you're looking to pick up this 2-pack, I'll have pre-order links in the video description below. But you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.